Hello again, Christina Marie here. What am I doing with my head? And this is my April wrap-up. I read some books. I'm going to show you what they are. I'm going to tell you what they are. I'm going to tell you my rating, and we are going to just have a good time today. So let's get started. So I planned to read 8 to 10 books last month, and I read 8. So go me. So let's get started with the first book that I read in April. The first book that I got to read in April was called Seal My Home. It's a contemporary romance by Sharon Hamilton. I really enjoyed this book. I had a good time with it. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. It wasn't like the most fantastic book in the world, of course, but I did have a good time. I end up giving this book 3 stars. The next book I read was called Seeking Sorrow, and it was by Zen DiPietro. I think I pronounced that right. I had a good time with this one. Didn't love it as much as I would normally love like a fantasy or supernatural kind of a book, but I did enjoy it. I ended up giving this one a 3.5 stars. Next book I read was Come to Me Recklessly by A.L. Jackson. This is a contemporary new adult romance that quite frankly was the most predictable plot on the face of this planet, but I really had a good time. I think it was well written. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the situation, even though I called it from a mile away. I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was a young adult, kind of like just a contemporary. There was a little bit of romance to it, and it's called Any Way You Slice It, and it was by Christine Carlson Aslin. This book was fun, but that was it. It was just fun. Didn't make me think. I mean, I didn't really care a lot about what happened in it. It was just more of just an average kind of a read for me, which is why I ended up giving it 3 stars. This next book, I just was not sure I was going to finish. I almost DNF'd it. I never DNF books, but this one was really calling for me to DNF it until I just took a break from it and then came back. And it's Into the Storm by Lisa Bingham. I didn't like most of the story. The story didn't pick up for me, or I didn't really start caring until about more than halfway through. And at that point, it's just like, whatever, what's the point of this? But by the end of it, I really did appreciate it, and I understood some of the decisions the author made in the earlier books. But with that being said, I went by what I felt by the end of the book, and while I felt content about the ending, the rest of it was just, you know, left to be desired for me. I desired a lot from that book and I didn't get it, so I ended up giving the book a 3 out of 5 stars. Oh my gosh, the next book, Deception of a Highlander by Madeline Martin. I loved this book, you guys. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Hands down. Physically. Hands down, a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this book to pieces. Seriously. Seriously. The Deepest Poison, which is the prequel to the Clockwork Dagger series, and this is by Beth Cato. It was alright. Wasn't too bad. I mean, I think in all honesty, you needed to read the first book in order to read this prequel or this pre-novella, but I didn't have time to read the actual book. So while a little of it was understood out of context, I still enjoyed it, so I gave the book a 4 out of 5 stars. And then the final book of the month, I actually have a physical copy of, but it's in my room and I'm not going to get it because I am lazy. It's called Fractured Glass, and this is by, here we go, Tia Silverthorne Bach, Joe Michaels, Casey L. Bond, Kelly Riser, and N.L. Green. Loved this book. 4 out of 5 stars right off the bat. I had a great time with this book. Characters were great. The action was great. The story, the intricacy of the plot was really good too. I had a good time all around with this one, and I'm glad that Casey sent me the book to review. I really had a great time with this, and I can't wait to read more from any of the authors. One thing I can say I loved about this book is it did exactly what I was hoping. It was a cohesive story from start to finish. Different authors, same plots. I could see where the voices differed a little bit in the writing, but overall, I had a blast with this one. 4 out of 5 stars. So that's it. that's what I read for the month of April. That's my April wrap up. I hope you guys had a great reading month. Quick note before you go, I was picked to be a challenge host again for the 3rd time in a row for the Bout of Books 13 event that's happening this month. Can't quite remember the dates. All the details will be down below. But I am hosting a challenge on my blog. So if you are interested in participating in the Bout of Books, you can still sign up. All the links are down below. And partake in my challenge. It's going to be so much fun. There are giveaway prizes. There are other blogs that are participating in this. So make sure you go to the website, you sign up, and then when the time comes to start your readathon, you go ahead and read and tackle some challenges and hopefully win some great prizes. I'm super excited that I get to do this. So that is all for this video, you guys. I'm getting a little wordy. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you comment down below letting me know what you read in April, if you loved it, if you hated it, if you read any of the books that I did. Also, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.